And let's go. Hello, hello, hello. This is Dorothy Travis. I am one of the Vision Impact Partners for the Show Your Success and the System Mastery family. I have the honor and privilege today to interview Miss Lynette, and forgive me if I say the last name incorrectly, Lil Walcott.
You got it great.
I got it. Woo!
Yes.
Yes. Lynette is one of our book collaborator partners. She actually partnered with me directly through the Show Your Success family. And Lynette has been able to move forward and lock in all 20 of her co-authors for her 21 co-authors book collaboration, counting herself. And she was able to do it in a record time, really. She honestly came in the day she signed up with like 8 people already. So we were really, really excited about that. We're excited to see her success. And what we know is that nothing that she did was outside of anything that we trained her to do. And so we do understand that a lot of our collaborators come in and they may not already have a following, even though we recommend that you do have some form of influence or some form of connection. What Lynette's going to share with us today is tips and tools that she was able to do, even though she did not already have a large following, like our leader, Taria, does, right? So she was able to use techniques and tools that we teach here in System Mastery and Show Your Success to actually get her co-authors on board. And we decided that this would be beneficial to all our other collaborators as well, to help you guys know that it's no respect of person. You just sometimes have to roll your sleeve up and you've got to do the work. It has to be more than just a post. So Lynette, I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about your book, a little bit about your book collaboration, the title of the book, and what your vision is for that book.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. I'm just honored to be part of this, part of the whole collaboration process. And just like I have done, I'm sure that everybody else will reach their goal, and just the vision for book collaborations and empowering women coming together. The whole idea of that is just phenomenal to me. The name of my book is Beautiful You Are, and it's a book where the women are speaking to younger women, talking to their self-esteem and their identity issues. And with that theme, I think that theme alone, is empowering. As I've looked across at the different book collaborations that are out, and everything that I see is really an empowering theme. So really capitalizing on the theme and getting to the hearts of women is what has helped me to get the 20 co-authors that I have. And my vision for this, my platform is to really get into the schools and really get into the community and really speak to young girls in these areas. And so that's where my heart comes from the book. And as far as, just reaching people, really, I would say the main thing is relationship, getting outside of our Facebook posts and things like that. But getting back to the question, sorry, my book is really about empowering women and empowering young girls at the same time, because through empowering the young girls, a lot of women get to reach and get in touch with issues that they have not identified with as well. So it's really impacting, healing, and empowering in both areas, the young women and the women themselves.
Right, great. And you awesome. You touched on something that I really want to bring up. You said about the relationship building, getting beyond the post. So tell me a little bit, when you started your process about your book, how did you go about connecting with those that are your co-authors? Tell me a little bit more about that. Did you have one-on-one conversations? How did that look? How did you start the process? And then what type of interaction did you have with them going forward?
Well, as far as starting the process, I did put the post out saying that I was doing the collaboration. But then, with the people that connected with me, or even if they liked it, then I would send a personal message to them, saying asking them what did they like about, what got their attention about the post and the topic. And so that opened the door for a conversation. And then from then it was a phone call, most of the time a phone call talking, so they hear my heart, knowing where I'm coming from. A lot of my co-authors, they, like I said, they know me, they know me on Facebook, or they know me around, but they didn't know me on a personal one-on-one. And so that's what really, I think, sealed and made them feel more comfortable was the conversation, getting on the phone and saying, hey, this is Lynette, this is my heart, and this is what I'm going for. Because, the posts alone, they really don't get the heart. They don't get to hear your passion and where you're really trying to go. And that it's really not about, sometimes people get confused and be like, oh, well, they're just putting out a collaboration. They just want a book. But knowing that it's just not about me and this book, it's about, okay, where are you at? And how does this connect with you? And what are your goals? And what do you see that this book can do for you? So giving them that is really what I feel like made that a better way to close the deal.
I love that. I love that. Did y'all hear that? It is about the passion. You have to be able to tell people why you're doing this collaboration and help them understand how they benefit from being a part of it. That is so huge, because if a person sees a post and they're like, yeah, I like it and I'm thinking about it, but the fact that you made it personal, you were able to know more about them and then get on that phone, right? You got on the phone with people to be able to discuss the more in detail. Because even if you do a presentation, and you and I did do a presentation together. So tell me a little bit about, after you did that presentation, were you still doing that same type of groundwork that you did just from a post?
Absolutely. After the presentation, there were a lot of questions. A lot of people would message me and ask, okay, I saw this, so what's this about? But really, you have to go beyond just the, just the messaging and just sending a text back and forth. It was picking up the phone and letting them hear you and letting them hear your passion. To me, that's the most important thing.
Right. So tell me this, for somebody, I know you said a lot of these people know you already and they were connected to you, but what, if you had someone who saw the post, who, like you said, you may not have always had that personal relationship, did you ask for their number? Like, did you recommend, let's talk? How did you go about doing that?
I did. In my initial contact through my, through the messenger, it included my number. It included,
okay,
this is Lynette, this is what I'm going for. What about the post got your attention? What about the topic did you like? If you have any more questions or concerns, please feel free to call me anytime or text. And a lot of them did text me back. And so that opened the door. Okay, now they're texting me. Now we're texting back and forth. Now, okay, I'm going to pick up the phone and call you. Yeah.
Right. So did y'all hear that? It is beyond the post. It is even beyond the presentation, that after you've done that work, even for people who just like it, because you get a lot of people who just like a post and they go on and you don't follow up. You're looking for the people who comment, but you have to go to that post. Every single person that has liked that video or liked that post and do that same message. So I want to break that down because I want to make sure everyone gets it. Okay. So the first thing was you did the post.
Right.
And so anyone that liked or commented, you followed up with a message.
Absolutely.
In Messenger. And in that message, you would ask, what did they like about it?
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Right.
All right. And then, gotcha. And then you would have your phone number in there.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Are y'all getting this? Because I'm breaking this down to make sure everybody gets this right here. You put your phone number and say, hey, if you have any questions, reach out to me. Let's talk. I'd love to tell you more about my vision. I'd love to see, how you would be a perfect fit for it. And that is amazing, because that is taking you out of your comfort zone, because it's pushing you. Sometimes if you don't know people are afraid to talk, but I can't tell your vision the way you can tell it.
Right. Right. And even with a phone call, I notice a lot of people, they're surprised by the phone call, because we're in technology that all we're getting is a message or, a video. So even to pick up the phone and call, I saw that a lot of the responses, and that alone was like, wow, they didn't expect the phone call. So that in itself breaks the ice, that in itself makes you more inviting, just that you picked up the phone to call them.
Right. That is amazing. That really is amazing. I'd like to talk too about in the beginning, you had like about 8 people that were already on board. Tell me, how did that come about? Were these people you already knew that you had spoken about this with? How did that go?
I would say most of them were people that I already knew. They kind of know my heart, know my passion, and just the relationship and building that trust. And so they know, that if I'm doing something that it's going to be great. You know what I mean? If I'm doing something impact more than just me, and that's one thing that you've got to put out. I think that's very important. People have to see that what you're doing goes beyond yourself, and if they trust that it goes beyond yourself and that you're wanting to help others, then I feel like, well, that's what they want to do too. You know what I'm saying? It makes yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think we have covered those details. I don't know if anyone has any questions at this point that we'd like to ask Lynette that maybe we didn't cover. So if you do have any questions, you can type it here in chat and we can definitely answer your questions. But this is what she did to lock in her 20 co-authors. She's done. She's finished. We're on to the next stage of getting her co-authors set up with all the information and moving forward with the book cover design. And we do have a question from our leader CEO, Ms. Taria Avant. How long did the promotion last? Well, let's talk about it, because again, Lynette came in with the ground running, so we didn't really. How long do you say the promotion lasted, Lynette?
It didn't last at all, because remember, I wanted to be done by the end of the month. I remember that. So I would say at the most, 3 weeks or so? Yeah.
Yeah. And in those 3 weeks, that's including her getting the capture page done, because Lynette did a lot of her work without a capture page. Let's say that. She came in doing stuff already and was collecting and moving forward. So right now, with us now doing the capture page and putting our system in place more perfected, we're saying at no more than 7 days. Because if you're doing the work and you're getting in the message and being personal with people, you shouldn't take more than 7 days to really promote your post and really respond. But it does take some work.
That's right.
So tell me this, Lynette, and I want to throw this in there. I get this question because I know you have a lot on your plate. You have a job, you have a family. Tell me, how did you schedule out time to be able to do those messages and those responses?
Well, scheduling out, you just really have to put the time aside. Make the time. From this time to this time, I'm going to post, or I'm going to go into Messenger and, send out some messages, see, like, looking for the likes and just sending out messages. And also, I did put out, but then on my downtimes in between the things that I have to do, I'm always checking. I'm always going back, and I'm always doing a follow-up. If someone liked it, I sent a message. And then once I sent that message and I got a reply, I made sure that I followed up within 1 or 2 days. Okay, where are you at with the decision? It's all follow up. And like I said, the time, you can set aside time, but on your downtimes, you got to be on that post, checking to see who liked it, and Facebook, Instagram, whatever. If you got a like, respond to the like. Yeah.
Right. And did y'all hear her say she asked them, where are you at on that decision? Like,
yes.
that was the thing. Like, I need you to give me an answer, because I'm not going to stop until you answer me.
Exactly.
Exactly. That is amazing.
No, either way, one way or the other, where are you at? Yes.
Right. So do we have anything else? Any other questions? I think this is some great information. Hopefully all of our collaborators are going to take some notes and understand that this is your book and your vision, and people want to know you. They want to know why you're doing it, but they also want to know that what you're doing is not just about you. It's about them as well, and how you're including them, and what your overall vision is to impact their lives and the lives of the readers who are going to read the book ultimately. So you're going to just have to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to make a decision and set aside time to do it. If it's nothing but an hour to be able to reach those messages. And it's going to be important that for those of you who are waiting to do your broadcast and you haven't done a broadcast yet, you have to be able to do that same grunt work to even get them on the broadcast.
That's right.
Okay? Because they're not going to show up if you're not in Messenger. If you're not you got to do the same thing. Hey, I want to invite you to this presentation. We're going to talk about more details. And then once they show up, follow up with them. You might need to, let me ask you this. Did you use any type of tracking tool or anything to keep up with people that you reached out to? I know Messenger, gives us everything, but like, were you taking notes or creating a spreadsheet of who you talk with? How were you doing that?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I used my Evernote on my phone. And so I logged everybody that I was in contact with or that had liked it. Once I reached out to them, I made a note. This is the person you reached out to. This is when you contacted them. This is when you should follow up with them. And I noticed also is that when you do that, if you're lazy, you know what I'm saying? If you're lazy or you're slow about it, people are not going to take it important.
Mm-hmm.
If you that this is an important project, that you are serious about it, and you present the professionalism of, I'm contacting you, you know what I'm saying? And I'm contacting you again, then they know, okay, this is important. I'm investing my time in something that's going to move. But if you're going slow and it's kind of, haphazard, and when I get to it, then a lot of times you're going to lose people, and you're going to lose the quality of people too.
I'm gonna repeat that if y'all didn't hear that. She said, if y'all lazy. That's the word she said. I know y'all heard, I heard it. I heard that word. If you are lazy in your follow-ups, that is the same energy you're going to get from the people that are interested. So you have to hit the ground running. You have to keep your momentum, and you have to make a decision. You have to set your goal and say, I know I want this number of co-authors, so I'm going to set aside an hour a day until I achieve that.
Right. That's
right. Awesome. So again, I can't think of anything else. I think we've had some people jump on a little bit late. You guys this will be posted for all of our collaborators. But if you have a question for Lynette is one of our book collaborator partners with the Show Your Success family. And she has been able to lock in all 20 of her co-authors, and she is moving on to the next stage of this process. She has her book title. She pretty much is moving into the design stage and locking everything in. So we want you guys to know that this is possible for each and every one of you. Our job here is to assist you in managing the process, but we can't do the grunt work for you. The people they're not gonna come to me or come to one of our other Vision Impact partners and say, well, I want to be a co-author because of you. No, they have to connect with you and your vision, because this is your book. You're the creator of it. We're just the people behind the scenes helping you make it happen. So if there isn't any other questions, I'm going to let you go, Lynette. I'm going to look here again and see if we have any questions. I don't see any questions at all, but be sure to watch the replay. And that'll be it, Lynette. I think we're all done. I thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview. We're so proud of you. We're proud of all our collaborators, and we're looking forward to amazing success for each and every one of you, okay? All right, I'm gone. Have a great day.